Hey friends, it's been a long day. It's the third day in court, full days, getting up really early. I was on my way home and I come off the hill here and just love to get above Emmett here, and it's peaceful and such a beautiful view, and kind of gives me perspective. Anyway, today started out interesting. Government was still putting on their case against me. Trespassing, of course, in the Capitol building, which ultimately seems impossible, but they brought Scott Bedke, Speaker of the House, and to be honest with you, Scott Bedke lied multiple times. Flat out lied. He said the Lincoln Auditorium is always closed. Anybody who's gone into Lincoln or to the Capitol building and knows anything about the Capitol building knows that the Lincoln Auditorium, prior to 2020 or during 2020 and prior, has always been open. It's almost like a museum. People can go in and out. You can, for him to say such a thing, I hope his colleagues just understand how much of a liar he is. And he just lied just to win. And so then what it did after he lied on the stand, shame on you, Scott Bedke, you lied. You lied. Anyway, so because of that, we had to call impeachment witnesses, and we called Christy Zito, and she testified. She's a senator. She's a senator. And she testified that, that the Lincoln Auditorium has always been open, that the Capitol building is the people's house, and that trespassing in the Capitol building is just something that's not done very often. And this case was extraordinary, and is because she didn't say because they targeted me or nothing, but I'm saying that. Then after she was done, we brought in Judy Boyle, and Judy did the same thing. She testified that, that the Lincoln Auditorium is always open, that it has been. Of course, they don't know that Bedke said it was closed. So I hope they go back to his testimony and they, I hope they, people hold him accountable for lying under oath, actually committing perjury by Idaho statute. Probably a statute maybe that he was part of even legislating. Probably not, but it's probably pretty old. It's probably older than him. But that, perjury is in Idaho code is basically misrepresenting the truth under oath, and that's what he certainly did. So then after that, we brought in Misty Garner Carfeld, and she testified again that she had been at the Lincoln or the Capitol building many times. Lincoln Auditorium was always open. There's never been any restrictions. The doors have never been locked, so on and so forth. So anyway, then we brought in a few more witnesses that just testified of some of the same things, testified that never was I doing anything wrong, never did they see me causing any trouble, none of that, right? Ultimately, I was just targeted. And then including Diego Rodriguez, he was more of an impeachment witness. And anyway, all our witnesses did amazing, and totally, corrected the narrative, corrected the lies, became really good impeachment witnesses. And anyway, then I took the stand, and I was finally able to tell what really happened. I hope that is captured out there somewhere so that people can testify. I got a little emotional. I didn't think I would, but I did, because I started talking about, my family and why I did what I did, why I felt like it was so important to stand that day and not yield to what was happening, And why the show of force? Why were there hundreds of officers at the Capitol building? Why did 40 plus officers come into the Lincoln Auditorium for just me? You know, why the police presence? Never have I seen so many police in one place at one time, except at the Bundy Ranch. So anyway, that was how it went. And I believe that we were able to get the truth to the jury. I believe the jury is starting to see and understand the truth, and I hope they'll understand the impacts, because if right now it was interesting, because in Judy's testimony, she testified how the Capitol building, including the Lincoln Auditorium, used to be open till 10 p.m. And then they changed it to 7. And then after the incident with me, they changed it to 5. And you know, and also now everything's locked up. Everything's all locked up. There's tons of police presence. And they're just literally, what's happening to Idaho Capitol building is basically what's happening to the liberties of the people across this country. They're slowly saying that it belongs to them, restricting the rights, so that you have less and less access to those rights, just like at the Idaho Capitol building. And so, anyway, I just want to give you an update. I'm tired. I'm going to go home, but I'm very pleased with the day. Tomorrow, they will continue to cross me. You know, the prosecutors will continue to cross-examine me. I did part of that today, and hopefully we close up the case and the jury goes into deliberation and we get an answer here soon. So, thank you.